Factorization. Let's factor out. So when you're doing factorization, you find what we call a highest common factor that you can be divisible by 2a cubed minus 5a squared and minus a. So from this scenario, what is the common factor? What do you think is the common factor? That is 2a cubed minus 5a squared minus a. What is the common factor? So the common factor in this scenario, that's the highest number that can get into all these expression without leaving a remainder. So in this scenario, we can see that it's a, right? So a into 2a cubed, that is 2a squared, because this is how it looks like. So let's do the workings. So you're going to divide each and every term with a. So it's going to be 2 times a times a times a divided by a, right? So this can cancel each other. That's where we are getting our 2a squared, right? So let's look at the second one, and we will use a different method on the division of exponential. If you still remember that, so it's going to be 5a squared divided by a, right? So if it's written like that, it means that this is also a to the power of 1. What did we say when we're dividing letters with power? What do? We just minus the powers. So this will be 5a to the power of 2 minus 1. That should give us 5a. And then, of course, a divided by a, that should be 1. Any letter divided by itself will give you 1. Or if you want to do the minusing factor, so it's a to the power of 1 divided by a to the power of 1. That gives us a to the power of 1 minus 1. That gives us 0. Any number to the power 0 is 1. And then, of course, do not forget to close the bracket. And then if you want to test your answer, you just have to rework it back. You just need to multiply this back inside in order for you to see whether it works. Okay, so this one, we can't factorize it further. It's not a square of numbers. We can't find a number where we can add, then it gives us minus 5a, and then if we add or subtract it, it will give us 1. So therefore we can't go any further than this, so we leave it here. So these are the type of expression that we normally use a quadratic equation for. So let's look at the second one, factorization. Again, we need to look at the highest number that can get into 15a cubed b to the power 4 c minus 6a squared b to the power 5 c squared, right? From this terminology, I can easily see that 3 is the highest common factor, because 2 can get in there, but 3 can. But can 4 be used? The answer is no. Why? Because 4 can't get into 6. So 3 is our highest common factor. But remember, this expression have also a, b, c, and also a, b, c. Okay, so in short, a is also part of the highest common factor. But should it a to the power 3, a to the power 2? So it means that the highest common factor that can be divided by these letters, it's a to the power of 2. A to the power of 3 is bigger. It can't be divided here. So we're going to use a to the power of 2. Then let's move on. B is on both sides as well. So it means b is also a common factor. But should we raise it to the power 4? The answer is yes. Why? Because it can, this b to the power 5 can be divided by b to the power 4, and b to the power 4 can also be divided by b to the power 4. So we're going to raise it to the power 4, and of course c is also on both sides. So that's your highest common factor. So let's see, 3 into 15, that gives us 5. And then a into a cubed, that is 3 minus 2, that gives us a to the power 1. Okay, b to the power 4 divided by b to the power 4, that gives us 1, right? And then c that also gives us 1. So it's going to be 5a minus, we're not going to multiply by 1 times 1. Why? Because the ones that we got here can still going to remain 1. Any number times 1 is just that same number. So 5a times 1 gives us 5a. So we say minus, and then 6a squared b to the power 5c divided by 3a squared b to the power 4c. Then you divide each term separately. Numbers with numbers. Letter A with letter A. Letter B with letter B. Dividing, you can't divide cats and donkeys. You need to use what we call like terms. So 6 divided by 3, that gives us 2. A to the power 2 divided by a to the power 2, that's 2 minus 2, that gives us a to the power 0. A to the power 0 is also equivalent to 1. Then we have b to the power 5 divided by b to the power 4. How do we do that? So let's just do this again for those who have missed the previous one. Okay, there are 5 b's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we divide it by b to the power 4. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. So you need to cancel 4 b's, right? Then we remain with b to the power of 1. And then c to the power of 2 divided by c, that's 2 minus 1. That gives us c. So our factorization answer will be this one. If you see yourself factoring out twice, just know that you didn't use the correct highest common factor. You probably used the lowest common factor. So what is the catch? Get the highest common factor. Watch out for the next video where we're doing the small exercises as well. Bye-bye.